Old Testament, Genesis 27 through 28. Isaac blesses Jacob. When Isaac was old and his eyes were so dim that he could not see, he called Esau, his older son, and said to him, "My son." And he said, "Here I am." He said, "Behold, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare me a savory food such as I love, and bring it to me so I may eat, and that I may bless you before I die." Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went out to the field to hunt game and bring it, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "I heard your father speak to your brother. Bring me game and prepare for me savory food, so that I may eat it and bless you before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my word as I command you. Go to the flock and fetch me 2 good kids, so that I may prepare from them savory food for your father, such as he loves, and you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." But Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall seem to be mocking him, and bring a curse upon myself and not a blessing." His mother said to him, "Upon me be your curse, my son. Only obey my word and go. Fetch them to me." So he went and took them and brought them back to his mother, and his mother prepared savory food, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau, her older son, which were in her house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And the skins of the kids she put upon his hands and upon the smooth part of his neck. And she gave the savory food and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hands of her son Jacob. So he went to his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am. Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat my game, that you may bless me." But Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son?" He answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near so that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son Esau or not." So Jacob went near Isaac his father, who felt him and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau." And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's. So he blessed him and he said, "Are you really my son Esau?" And he said, "I am." Then he said, "Bring it to me, so that I may eat my son's game and bless you." So he brought it to him and he ate. He also brought him some wine and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come near and kiss me, my son." So he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his garments and blessed him and said, "See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord has blessed. May God give you the dew of the heaven and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of the grain and wine. Let people serve you and nations bow down to you. Be lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be the one who curses you, and blessed be the one who blesses you." Esau's lost blessing. As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, when Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He had also prepared savory food and brought it to his father. And he said to his father, "Let my father arise and eat his son's game, so that he may bless me." His father Isaac said to him, "Who are you?" He answered, "I am your son, your firstborn Esau." Then Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me, and I ate it all before you came? And I have blessed him. Yes, and he shall be blessed." When Esau heard these words of his father, he cried out with exceedingly great and a bitter cry, and said to his father, "Bless me, even me also, O father." But he said, "Your brother came in with guile, and he has also taken away your blessing." Esau said, "Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me in these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing." Then he said, "Have you not reserved a blessing for me?" Isaac answered Esau, "Behold, I have made him your lord, and all your brothers I have given to him for servants, and with grain and wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you, my son?" Esau said to his father, "Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered him, "Behold, away from the fatness of the earth shall your dwelling be, and away from the dew of heaven on high. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But when you break loose, you shall break his yoke from your neck." Jacob escapes Esau's fury. Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing which he stole from him, and Esau said to him, "The days of the mourning for my father are approaching. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." But the words of Esau, her older son, were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called Jacob her younger son and said to him, "Behold, your brother Esau comforts himself by planning to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, arise, flee to Laban, my brother in Haran, and stay with him for a while until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns away. And when he forgets what you have done to him, then I will send and fetch you from there. Why should I be bereft of both in one day?" Then Rebekah said to Isaac, "I am weary of my life because of the Hittite women. If Jacob marries one of the Hittite women such as these, one of the women of the land, what good will my life be to me?" Then Isaac called Jacob and blessed him, and charged them, "You shall not marry one of the Canaanite women. Arise and go to Padan Aram, the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take her as a wife from there, and one of the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. God Almighty bless you and make you fruitful and multiply you, that you might become company of peoples. May he give you the blessing of Abraham to you and your descendants with you, that you may take possession of the land your sojourners, which God has given to Abraham." Thus Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padan Aram to Laban, the son of Bethuel the Amaran, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob, and Esau's mother. Esau marries Ishmael's daughter. Now Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram to take away from there, and that he had blessed him and charged him, "You shall not marry one of the Canaanite women," and that Jacob had obeyed his father and his mother and had gone to Padan Aram. So when Esau saw that the Canaanite women did not please Isaac his father, Esau went to Ishmael and took to wife, beside the wives he had, Mahal, the daughter of Ishmael's Abraham's son, the sister of Nebahoth. Jacob's dream at Bethel. Jacob left Beersheba and went towards Haran, and he came to a certain place and stayed under there for the night. Taking one of the stones of the place, he put it under his head and lay down in the place to sleep. And he dreamt that there was a ladder set up in the earth, and when climbing it, they reached heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending upon it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, "I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and God of Isaac. The land at which you lie, I will give it to you and to your descendants. And to your descendants shall be like the dust of the earth. And you shall spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And by you and your descendants shall all the families on the earth bless themselves. Behold, I am with you, and I always will, wherever you go. And I will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you, until I have done which I have spoken to you about." Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." And he was afraid, and said, "How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven." So Jacob rose early in the morning, and he took the stone which he had put under his head, and set it up as a pillar, and poured oil on top of it. He called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was named Luz at first. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, "If God will be with me, and will keep me on his way as I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, so that I may come back again to my father's house in peace, then the Lord shall be my God, and this stone which I have set up for a pillar shall be the God's house. And if thou hast given it to me, I will give the 10th to thee." New Testament, Matthew 8, verses 18 through 34. The would-be followers of Jesus. Now when Jesus saw great crowds around him, he gave orders for them to go to the other side. And a scribe came up to him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." And Jesus said to him, "Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." Another one of the disciples said to him, "Lord, let me go first and bury my father." But Jesus said to him, "Follow me and leave the dead to bury their own dead." Jesus stills the storm. And when he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great storm on the sea, so that the boat was being swarmed by waves. But he fell asleep. And they went and woke him, saying, "Save us, Lord, we are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, O men of little faith?" Then he rose up and rebuked the winds of the sea, and there was a great calm. And the men marveled, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" Jesus heals the Gadarenian demoniacs. And when he came to the other side, to the country of the Gadarenes, 2 demoniacs met him coming out of the tombs, so fierce that no one could pass that way. And behold, they cried out, "What have you to do with us, O Son of God? Have you come to torment us before time?" Now a herd of many swine was feeding at some distance from them, and the demons begged him, "If you cast us out, send us away into the herd of swine." And he said to them, "Go." So they came out and went to the swine, and behold, the whole herd rushed into the sea bank into the sea and perished in the waters. The herdsmen fled, and going into the city they told everything. And behold, all the city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they begged him to leave their neighborhood. Thank you for listening. God bless you. And if you want to continue, subscribe and have a great day.